The icon is not merely an object of art, but a window into the divine. Whether painted on wood, shimmering in mosaic, or delicately embroidered, the icon proclaims a central truth: God became man. This recognition was not without struggle. Between the 8th and 9th centuries, the Byzantine Empire was shaken by iconoclasm. The iconoclasts, the destroyers of images, burned icons and persecuted those who venerated them, fearing idolatry. However, alongside this denial of the legitimacy of sacred images, there were also, in some contexts, misguided devotional practices that attributed to the material of the icon an almost autonomous power, risking a slide into superstition. Some believers treated the material of the icon as if it possessed power in itself, scraping off pigment to mix it with wine or preserving fragments, as though the physical matter itself contained the power of the saint. These two opposite distortions, the destruction of the image and the idolatrous attribution of power to its material substance, made doctrinal clarification necessary. To respond to the iconoclastic crisis and properly define the relationship between image and veneration, the Seventh Ecumenical Council of Nicaea, held in 787 AD, became fundamental for the history of Christian art. The council issued a highly precise dogmatic definition known as the Horos. The council recognized icons as fully consistent with the faith of the Church and closely connected to the proclamation of the gospel. Its definition states, "We define with all certitude and accuracy that just as the figure of the precious and life-giving cross, so also the venerable and holy images, whether painted, made of mosaic, or of any other suitable material, should be exhibited in the holy churches of God, on sacred vessels and vestments, on walls and panels, in houses and by the wayside." The council did not speak only of painting, but explicitly included mosaics, embroidered textiles, and every other suitable material. It also recognized a profound correspondence between word and image. What the gospel proclaims verbally, the icon bears witness to visibly, making the mystery of the Incarnation open to contemplation. The fathers decreed that the honor given to the image passes to the prototype, that is, whoever venerates an icon venerates the person depicted. Therefore, icons, whether painted, made in mosaic, or embroidered, are authentic means of prayer and contemplation. The heart of the decree lay precisely in the terminological distinction between how one relates to an icon and how one relates to God. Proskinesis, veneration of honor, the gesture of respect, kissing, bowing, or reverence offered to icons, the saints, and the Virgin. Latreia, adoration, the worship reserved exclusively for God. The most famous phrase cited by the Council and drawn from St. Basil the Great states, "The honor rendered to the image passes to the prototype." In other words, the act of love and veneration does not stop at the material itself, but passes through the image to reach the person represented. Just as a photograph of a loved one does not exhaust their presence but rekindles memory and affection, so the icon directs the heart toward the prototype without identifying itself with it. The icon, therefore, is not magic, nor decoration, nor idolatry. It is the visible confession of the Incarnation.